Welcome to the second part of our Andalucian road trip, where we are now in Malaga. We left you last time where we were just getting on the bus from Sevilla to Malaga. Time for a hike in the Caminito Del Rey. So originally we were supposed to be going to walk the Caminito del Rey. It used to be the dangerous hike in the world, I think, maybe Europe, maybe I'm stretching a little bit there. But because it's like really windy today, they've now cancelled and closed it for the day, which is really annoying because we planned our entire trip literally around going there. So like we didn't stay in Seville for the night because of this, so that we could be here bright and early. But now we have to change everything. Early in the morning, we headed to a local bakery and fruteria to create a nice breakfast we could enjoy on the balcony and watch the world go by.
Let's try this one. Oh, shit.
That is until we were slightly interrupted by some seagulls.
Oh, they're coming for our food, that's what it is. Not my food. Look, it's getting closer. Oh, it's all construction. No, I swear if it starts coming, I'm dashing this all inside the room. Soon you're seeing like one land here. Yeah. Strawberry.
We are headed to Gibralfaro, which is a castle on top of like this massive hill, which you can see all of Malaga. So it should be good. Feeling a bit salty about the hike because I'm very excited about that, and we saw the email like the other day. But yeah, that's where we're headed. Heading from the city centre to Gibralfaro, our maps took us in an extremely long route around a residential area, which was super annoying as this walk took us about 30 minutes and we then found a shortcut later. But we saw some amazing looking houses, the streets were quieter, and we got some awesome views of the sea. So we got up on top of the mountain, but we became a little bit lost because our maps were showing us a really weird way through a door that looked closed. So we asked this lovely old lady and she was like, no, you don't go that way, it's actually dangerous. Go this way and you have a better view. Whereas the other one is just mountain. So I believe we're here. I understood 3/4 of what she said because my Spanish is worsening. But yeah, fingers crossed we're close. I belong to you. I belong to you. Do just what you want. What I'm going to show you is the parador de Gibralfaro. And I'll always be around when I need some loving, baby. So also this is the bullfighting. Imagine like though, if you didn't want to buy a ticket for the ring, you could just stand here and you could probably actually watch the whole thing. Like that's clear enough. You can see who's won or not. This castle was actually built in 10 AD by one of the caliphs. However, the castle that we can see today was built in the 14th century, where the Christian states were recapturing territory from the Moors. The castle was under a 3-month siege, where the Spanish and Catholic monarchs Ferdinand and Isabella forced the Malagueños to surrender due to hunger and conquered Malaga basically. It was considered the most impregnable fortress on the Iberian Peninsula for a time. And just as another fun fact, this was one of the first battles where gunpowder was used. One thing to add is that it's actually very windy. So we bought these tickets last night and they literally cost €5.50. So it was €3.50 I believe for either this castle or Alcazaba, but then €5.50 for both. So that's a bargain, you know. These bloody stairs are so steep. The challenge.
Oh, you missed that. Did you record that?
No, I missed it. They're hard, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh. We've just seen This sounds so nerdy and not cool, but there's a squirrel sitting. I don't know if you can see him. Can you see? Ah, right there. There. And he's a red squirrel, because you can see he's got a massive bushy tail and his ears are like right up. Oh, it's going down. And they don't exist in the part of England that we live in. So that's really good, because the grey squirrels, I can chase them out. And he's off. I wanted to get a bit closer, but he's off now. That's really cool. Clearly have unique drainage systems. Funnily enough, looking at this model, it made me realise that there was a shortcut connecting the two castles that we could have walked up. Oh look! Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So much faster, isn't it? We found a much quicker and much more populated way back down, which leads us straight to the Alcazaba. The Islamic architecture is really clear in this one. So the Alcazaba is a fortress that was built in the 11th century, and when it was around it would have been called a citadel, and it's really, really clear. The Islamic architecture is really, really clear, and it's a lot more beautiful than the other castle. I have to admit that right now. I've only been here for like 2 seconds. It is considered one of the most beautiful alcazabas that you can visit in Spain. This fortress palace, or citadel in Arabic, is located at the foot of the Gibralfaro hill. It was built in the 11th century by the King of Granada. I'm seeing these water things all along, and I'm getting increasingly curious as to where it's coming from, because this is literally like dropping down the stairs all the way here and then to this fountain that we were just previously at. I'm very curious. I'm gonna find out where it's coming from. Is it? Oh, this isn't the one that we saw though. That's interesting. No. So it's overfilling. If that's where it's coming from, that's a bit disappointing though, that's the only thing. I think there's got to be something bigger. Next up, we headed for drinks and dinner, where Cindy tried her first tapas. Rating?
I'm not going to lie, I feel like the first one was good.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
Yeah.
This one is probably second. What did I rate the first one? I give it a good 8.
A 7? 6, 7?
No, I think it was 7.
For me, this is an 8, this one. Yeah, I like this one a lot.
A 6.5.
6.5, that's so low.
Yeah, but my other one was 7.
Yeah, true. Once the waiter found out she had never tried tapas, he wanted to surprise us with the menu and serve up his recommendations. He brought up pimientos de padrón, which is a favourite of mine, tortilla, which I'm not so fond of, prawns, and some kebabs. Although that was a fun experiment, I wouldn't really recommend it, as I think it was actually a bit of a tourist trap, as we couldn't see the price of what he was serving and we spent a lot more than we had really wanted to. One area that we had not yet checked out during our time in Malaga was La Malagueta. With only a few hours left before our flight, we decided that the logical thing to do was get on a boat and see the rest of Malaga from the sea, which was probably the dumbest thing we could have done before getting on our flight.
It's not bad. Oh.
What? Oh, did that get you? No. We probably picked the worst day to go on the boat, as the boat was super rocky due to the wind, and it left me feeling quite sick. How are you feeling? Cheers.
Cheers.